What's going on, guys? Dustin Wallace here. You'll have to excuse my appearance a little bit. I worked all night, I watched the kids all day, and I just got out of the bathtub. So, me and my girlfriend were discussing, before I went and took a bath, Hunter Biden being convicted. And I had mentioned to her, if I was Joe Biden, this is going to be controversial, I would pardon my fucking son. And here's why I would pardon my son. Right? I would pardon him because it's your son. It's your son. He didn't murder anyone. He didn't rape anybody. He wasn't convicted of either. He might have done those things, but that's not what he's convicted of here. If my son tomorrow sold guns and did drugs, I would still love him. And because of that love, if I had the power, I would pardon him immediately. He has the power to do so. Now, I'm not a big Joe Biden supporter. And I have a lot of, I have a lack of of respect for the man in general, for what he's done to the country, for how he's handled everything over the course of the last 4 years. But if he was my son, I would pardon him. And I dare to say this, if Joe Biden doesn't pardon him, it will just solidify what we already know. That he is a piece of shit who's only looking out for himself. Cocaine ended up in the White House right around the time Hunter Biden was there. And it poof, magically disappeared. No one was ever charged for it, even though there's cameras everywhere. I'm not saying he did it, but it's likely he did. If he doesn't pardon him now, I will lose any bit of respect for him. And it's not just me. I respect the man for the simple fact that he is the president. He's done a lot of fucked up shit. But if he doesn't pardon his son, the Democrats and myself, and I used to consider myself a Democrat until about 8-10 years ago, they stand for a lot of liberal social values, right? Gay marriage and protect the poor and the needy, and love thy neighbor and stuff like that. The immigrant shit is another example. So if he doesn't pardon his son, I bet you he will likely lose more Democratic voters because of it. Because the truth is, he's your son, man. All the shit that they've been through together, Joe's always kind of shown affection towards his kids, at least a little bit, stood up for them, and vice versa, honestly. But if he doesn't pardon his son, he's already losing. He is. I don't know, there's a handful of people that I know that are still, personally, that are still Joe Biden, supporters over Trump. But the vast majority are not. And I live in a rural area. But, I just think that the man needs to do the right thing, the ethical thing. I don't give a shit about justice in this situation. He didn't rape or murder anyone that he got convicted for. He sold some guns and owned some firearms while he was on drugs. So that's just my food for thought. Fuck the justice system in general. Pardon your fucking son, Joe Biden. If you're likely already going to lose the election, don't lose your son at the same time. Do the right thing. Pardon your fucking son. Alright? Peace, guys.